Your commitment to doing excellent work is the main reason you're stuck. You are the person who stays late, the one who fixes the mess, the one who always delivers. So why did the promotion go to the person who spends half their day talking? By the end of this video, you will understand the invisible architecture of career progression. And you'll know how to build your own way up. You operate from a belief that feels pure and logical, that great work is its own reward. You believe that a company that wants to succeed must eventually recognize and promote its most competent and dedicated people. This is a beautiful idea. It is also a dangerously incomplete map of the world. You've become the organization's most reliable problem solver. A complex system fails, a deadline is missed, a client is furious. The call goes out and you answer it. You dive into the chaos, work through the weekend, and you fix it. There's a wave of relief. People thank you. Your boss says, "I don't know what we'd do without you." And that is the core of the problem. They don't know what they'd do without you, right where you are. Think of a large ship. It has an engine room and it has a bridge. You are the master technician in the engine room. You know every pipe, every gauge, every single sound the machinery makes. When a piston seizes or a pressure valve fails, you are the only one who can get things moving again. You are covered in grease, you are sweating, and you are absolutely essential. The ship cannot move without you. The people on the bridge, however, are looking at charts. They're talking on the radio. They are deciding the destination. They might have a vague understanding of how the engine works, but they could never fix it. They trust that someone down below has it handled. Their job is about direction, strategy, and risk. Your job is about execution. One of these jobs leads to captaining the ship. The other leads to being the most respected technician in the engine room. Forever. You have perfected the art of execution. You have become so good at doing the work that you've become irreplaceable in your current role. This feels like a compliment. It is, in fact, a gilded cage. Your value to the company is maximized by keeping you exactly where you are, doing the difficult, essential work that nobody else can or will do. You've demonstrated your mastery of your current level so completely that it's become your identity. But mastery of level 1 is not a qualification for level 2. It is proof you are perfect for level 1. The skills that get you from engineer to senior engineer are technical. The skills that get you from senior engineer to manager are completely different. You've become the best tool in the shed. Tools, however, don't get promoted. People who know how to use them do. So what separates the tool from the architect? The answer is a word that probably makes you uncomfortable. Visibility. Down in the engine room, visibility feels cheap. It feels like bragging. You believe the work should speak for itself. On the bridge, visibility is the only thing that registers. The people making decisions about promotions don't see your late nights. They don't see the elegant code you wrote or the complex spreadsheet you built. They see a single green light on a dashboard that says, "Engine status normal." Your heroic 16-hour effort to prevent a catastrophe is compressed into a single, silent pixel. The person who got the promotion you wanted understood this. Let's call him David. You see David talking to people from other departments. You see him in meetings that seem to have no direct connection to his immediate tasks. He seems to be wasting time. He isn't. He is translating. He is taking the green light on the dashboard and walking up to the bridge. He finds the director of logistics and says, "The engine team just implemented a new maintenance schedule. We project it will reduce unplanned downtime by 15% this quarter. That should help with your shipping predictability." What did David just do? He took the technical work of the engine room and translated it into the language of the bridge. Business impact. He connected the team's effort directly to another leader's key metric. He made the work visible in a way that matters to people who controlled budgets and headcounts. He didn't brag about how hard he worked. He demonstrated the value the work created. He made the team's contribution impossible to ignore. He wasn't just working in the business. He was working on the business. Your instinct is to believe this is unfair. You did the actual work. David just talked about it. This feeling comes from the engine room mindset, where the only value is in turning wrenches. On the bridge, the ability to communicate, to translate, to connect disparate parts of the organization is the work. It's a core competency. While you were becoming an expert at your craft, David was becoming an expert on the organization. But just talking more isn't the solution. That often makes you look unfocused or self-promotional. There's a specific kind of communication that leads to advancement, a frequency that most hard workers have been trained their whole careers to filter out. It's the difference between speaking the language of effort and speaking the language of outcomes. You've spent your career being evaluated on effort and activity. In school, you were graded on showing your work. In your first job, your boss wanted to see that you were busy, so you learned to describe your value through the currency of pain. I spent all weekend on this. This was incredibly difficult, but I got it done. It took me 50 hours to untangle that legacy system. This language signals that you are a diligent worker. It also signals that you are expensive and slow. To leadership, 50 hours translates to a specific cost and salary. Incredibly difficult translates to a risk that it might fail next time. You think you are demonstrating your worth. You are actually documenting your cost. The person on the path to promotion uses a different language. They frame the same events through the lens of impact. You say, I spent 50 hours untangling the legacy customer database. They say, I fixed the database issue that was causing a 3% error rate in our reporting. The finance team now has accurate numbers for their quarterly forecast. You say, I worked all weekend to prepare the presentation for the new client. They say, the presentation is ready. I included a new analysis that shows our solution saves the average client $80,000 in their first year, which directly addresses the budget concerns they raised last week. You say, I finally finished the project. They say, the project is live. We've already seen a 10% drop in customer support tickets, which frees up 2 of our agents to focus on high-value accounts. See the shift? The first version is about your cost. The second is about their gain. It moves the focus from your effort to the value created for others. Your boss and your boss's boss live in a world of budgets, targets, and strategic objectives. They are constantly being asked to justify their team's existence. When you provide them with clear, quantifiable statements of value, you are giving them the ammunition they need to fight for their team and for you. You are making their job easier. You are solving their problems. Think about the last major thing you accomplished. How did you report it? Did you talk about the hours you put in or the outcome you enabled? The former makes you a good employee. The latter makes you a future leader. Even with this new language, broadcasting into the void is useless. You must speak this language to the right people. This requires navigating the organization's social and political landscape. For many technical heads-down workers, this feels like the ultimate betrayal of meritocracy. It feels like playing politics. But politics is just the human operating system of any group of people larger than one. It's the informal network through which information flows, influence is traded, and decisions are truly made. The org chart is how the company is supposed to work. The political landscape is how it actually works. Ignoring this is like insisting you can drive from New York to Los Angeles using only a map of the subway system. You're in the right country, but you're using a map that is completely wrong for the journey you want to take. The key is to reframe what politics means. It's not about backstabbing or manipulation. It's about building alliances and understanding the flow of influence. Who has the budget? Who has the ear of the vice president? Whose opinion is sought before any major decision is made? These people are the nodes in the network. Your goal is to build a connection. This starts with your direct manager. Your primary political objective is to make your boss successful. Your boss has pressures and goals you may not be aware of. They have a boss of their own. Your job, beyond your formal tasks, is to understand your manager's definition of success and actively help them achieve it. Are they struggling to make a case for a new hire? Go to them with data showing how an extra person could increase the team's output by 20%. Are they worried about a project that's falling behind? Come to them with a potential solution, not just a report of the problem. When you do this, you change the nature of your relationship. You shift from being a resource they manage to a partner they rely on. You are no longer just a cost center on their budget. You are an asset that generates returns. This is the currency of influence. It's earned by proactively solving the problems of people with power. You are no longer asking for a promotion based on your past performance. You are demonstrating in real time that you are already operating at the next level. Your promotion becomes a mere formality, a recognition of a reality that already exists. But there is one final difficult truth to accept. The identity that you've built, the pride you take in being the hardest worker, is a cage you built for yourself. And it's comfortable. It provides constant, low-level validation. People praise your work ethic, you feel needed. Letting go of that identity is terrifying. It means trading the certainty of being the best implementer for the uncertainty of becoming a strategist. It feels less pure. It feels like you're becoming one of them, the people on the bridge. This feeling is the last defense mechanism of the engine room. It's the story you tell yourself to make staying put feel like a moral choice. The shift happens when you realize your impact is being throttled. The brilliant solutions you create, the problems you solve, they could be applied to bigger and bigger challenges. Staying in the engine room, a master of your small domain, serves your ego. It does not serve your potential. The captain of the ship impacts the fate of everyone on board. The best mechanic only impacts the engine. Starting right now, today, this moment, stop asking, "What is my task?" and start asking, "What is the most valuable problem I can solve?" The first question gets you your next paycheck. It keeps you busy and respected. The second question gets you a seat at the table. It may mean letting a small, non-critical task fail so you can focus on a bigger strategic win. This will feel deeply uncomfortable. It will feel like you are letting people down. You are. You are letting down their expectation that you will always be the reliable fixer of small things, so that you can become the architect of big things. The ballot box of your career is open. Every action you take is a vote for the person you are becoming. Stop voting to be the hardest worker. Start voting to be the most valuable one.